Hello from Sweden and welcome to this reading. Your fear of success, to be seen or in the spotlight, an akashic reading. And I have prepared 3 different piles with oracle cards. The one that you feel the most drawn to will be your reading today. We are also using different tarot decks in each of the piles. So we have pile number 1 with this card. We have pile number 2 with this card. And we have pile number 3 with this card. Okay, this is the options for today's reading. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Otherwise, you can scroll down to the comment section where you will find your timestamps. And I'll see you guys in your sub readings. Hello, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So your fear of success, to be seen or in the spotlight, we're going to dive into akashic field, which is an energy field which holds all the information about your present life, about the future, and also about all your past lifetimes on a galactic level, on a human level. And we're going to try to find out, why do you have a fear of being seen, successful, or in the spotlight? And you felt drawn to the card here with the magpie. Let us just put it here for a while, because we're going to start with preparing the first part of your reading. We're going to take a couple of oracle cards and a couple of tarot cards, and then we're just going to dive into and channel. And then also we're going to continue naturally here with some oracle cards I have prepared, and maybe even some more tarot cards as we go. So, pile number 1, why do you have a fear of success, or to be successful, seen or in the spotlight? I think we're going to do 2 of these. Okay, that's the one. I don't know what's going on here. No. Whoa. Let's take a breath. Okay, let's try again. That's the one. Let's see if we can organize this to look a bit nice as well. Whoa. Okay, let's just go with this. Yeah. And then a couple of tarot cards. And I think we're going to do... Yeah, you know, lately I've been doing that. 3 on top and then 3 clarifiers. So you got 3 cards on top, and then we're also going to do 3 clarifiers. Okay, let's start. So back to the magpie holding a star, and we have behind the tape, it says the gift. Yeah, so you are definitely gifted. So that is not the problem, that you shouldn't be gifted or talented enough to be successful, seen, or in the spotlight. So let's see what happened here. In a previous lifetime, maybe, in this lifetime, that is holding you back because you're carrying the star here. So you were born for success. You were born to be seen and in the spotlight. Maybe even to write something here, because I see the quill here and the book here. Or maybe you are born to be, you're meant for some fame and also to be remembered. The book also makes me think that you have been famous in past lifetimes, and something with you, like you've been a famous person, and we can find you in the history books, also comes out. Or on Wikipedia, in these modern times. We can find you on Wikipedia. Okay, let's see here. Let's start with this card. Cycles. Cycles of fame, cycles of poverty. So you also need to know that there has been times in past lifetimes where you haven't been scared of success, to be seen or in the spotlight. And I see you as a dancer, I see you as a singer, I see you as a musician, a professor or something like that. Like very, magpie is very intelligent. So I see you both in the artistic field, different type of fame, connected to be some type of artist. But I also see you in the, what is it called? In the field of studies, very intellectual, and like a professor, like an adventurer. So like you have done a lot of things. I see you very rich and famous, but I also see you very poor and having difficult lifetimes as well with cycles here. Yeah, you had it both. But now, because you clicked on this reading, you are carrying some type of fear right now. So somewhere there is something that is unhealed that is causing this. So let's see if we can figure out what that is. We have resilience. Yeah, something hurt you. Look at this. There's a crack here. Oh, I feel immense. I feel like I want to cry. I feel an immense sadness just came over me here. So something happened. And I see you were beautiful. I see you as a dancer. Once again, that comes up very strong. Or on stage singing or playing music, And I see you as a woman and I see you as a man. So, you've been both a woman, successful woman, but you've also been a successful man. So many, many, many lifetimes comes up here where you are expressing your talents and gifts in different way, both intellectually, but also artistically. Then something happened. And when I tap into what happened, I feel like I want to cry. I knew this reading was going to be hard. I feel like I just want to cry. Like something was taken away from you because something hurt so badly that it cracked you a little bit here. See? Now you're closing your eyes, but you have this beautiful pink flower. It's like something I just see you so beautiful. So we have resilience here. What else do we got? We also have benevolence. You were treated unfair. Yeah, this is what happened. Something happened something happened that broke your heart, I would say. So you were treated unfairly in some way. We're going to see if it comes out in the reading. We hope so. We're going to dive very deep. We're going to try. I'm going to try to channel my best. But benevolence here also shows your kindness. It shows your sweetness. It shows your authenticity. Like you were doing something with the utmost beauty. You had a lot of gifts and a lot of talent. I don't know if there was jealousy or if there was envy, but something really hurt you. Something really hurt you, and you put yourself back together. You put yourself back together, but something in your heart has not healed. So there's a subconscious fear. Could be that you're aware of this. There is a subconscious fear of putting yourself in that spot again, where you are successful, seen, or in the spotlight, where you're truly owning your gifts, honoring your gifts, and you're expressing yourself without any fear. So there is like something is holding you back because of this. This is what's holding you back. It's uncomfortable. It was some type of heart trauma. And I feel cold now. Like I almost need to put the sweater on. My legs are cold. Yeah, I feel like I'm, cold. Coldness is like, I don't know if you worked with Reiki, but when you put your hands on someone, you feel like it's very cold. It's like the energy is not flowing. So it's like my whole body just went like so stiff and so cold. So that's also like you're carrying some type of, I would say a trauma of some type. Like, this crushed your heart was broken because of this, because you were so sweet and so honest, and so you didn't deserve what happened. That's what I hear. You did not deserve what happened to you. We have Wheel of Fortune. We have Page of Wands. And we have Queen of Pentacles. Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, so you have been very successful and you have it within you to create success again. Like there's nothing wrong with you and your gifts and your abilities at all. It is just because you're carrying this thing that happened to you, where you were stabbed in the back, where you were treated unjust, where maybe maybe this is it. Yeah, like a whole community turned their back against you. because of some lies, something with like you didn't deserve this. I feel so angry. I feel so sad. Yeah, I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel like I just want to never be amongst people again. So it could be that you're really like you have this anger towards people, or you distrust. Doesn't even have to be anger. Like distrusting people, and you'd rather be in your own space or something, not sharing of yourself. But these cards also tell me like you were born for 60. This is interesting because this lifetime you're meant to overcome this. You're meant to overcome this. And this hurts my heart. I feel this is painful. It's painful and it's scary. And you don't want to be judged. And you don't want to feel this pain again. Yeah, you don't want to, because it was so soul-crushing, heart-crushing to be hurt in this way. But I think this is a topic in your lifetime that's very, I think this is really, it's written down in your soul contract that you're meant to face this. So I think, you have people in your life, maybe even in your family, mother, father, siblings, relatives, that triggers this, that somehow was the people that hurt you, that stabbed you in the back, that was envious of you, that was jealous of you, that minimized you, that it was gossiping about you, or that somehow didn't see you. So I think you have these people in your life because it's like, you're like this beautiful flower that doesn't even realize that you are a beautiful flower. Because the pain, look at this, the pain is just so painful that you're even closing your eyes. But if you would just open your eyes and see that you're still like beautiful, like you're still, this is just, you're still beautiful. We have resilience here, so you are pretty strong. You're meant to overcome this. You're meant to heal. There's a lot of fame and success for you if you overcome this. But I think you're, like, once again, you're meant to. We got the Fool with the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, and Eight of Swords. Yeah, I heard like you were, wow, okay. Pile number one, you were like in this specific lifetime that comes up here. I think it's one specific lifetime. And then, you were carrying the trauma, maybe hundreds of lifetimes that came after that. So it became entangled and it became complicated. But it goes down to like one specific lifetime. Oh yeah, I feel it so strong here, and it has something to do with people turning the back to you, and you didn't deserve it. And why? Because there's some type of jealousy and some type of envy on your gifts, and you starting to become very, very successful. So there was a group of people maybe that started spreading lies about you, and the different scenarios here, like how this happened, if it was within your family, if it was within, say that you were a monk or a nun. They take different scenarios, like so spiritual scenario here, you were a monk or you're a nun, and your connection with the divine was so pure and so high. And then there was another monk that got very envious, very jealous of you. So he started spreading lies. And then somehow you got kicked out of the community and you didn't do anything wrong. Or say that you were in a family, and I see a family with 6, 7 kids, like a big family, and you were standing out amongst the siblings, and then another sibling got very envious of you and started to manipulate and create drama to somehow like make you the black sheep and then like get you shunned out of the family. Or if this was a community, but somehow you were really badly hurt and by people. And it was unjust and it was unfair. And it was because somebody or some people were spreading lies about you because they were envious and jealous about your gifts. So they put you maybe even in prison here with the Eight of Swords. Maybe they even created some kind of scenario where you were put in prison. And I just see you like alone, and like everybody turned their back, even the people, you know, that should believed you, like, I am a good person. They didn't believe that you were a good person. They like, everybody was manipulated by this big lie almost. And I just see you like how heart crushing this was for you, because your intentions were so pure and you never wanted to hurt anyone. Was just who you were. You were just so naturally gifted and so naturally connected. But this was like a sting in the eye for certain people. And they just felt so angry and so envious and so jealous. They couldn't control themselves. They just needed to get you out of the picture. They just needed to hurt you. And I think it could be that you have this very dark people in your life, this lifetime, that is attacking you. So if you have somebody that maybe pops up in your mind, it could be connected to this. 8 of Pentacles. Beneath the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, you got everything that it takes. Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. You got everything that it takes for you to be successful. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to go looking for that. The only thing that you need to do, if you want to, you don't need to do anything. It is to face the fears of being seen, the fear of being successful, the fear of being in the spotlight. Because it's uncomfortable. It's just like, oh, I just want to hide, you know? I don't know, where is the attack going to come from? Who's going to attack me? You know, I just want to hide. I don't want this. And this is how you take your power back. But also, you know, you have very strong help, because you have lived many good lifetimes as well, you know? And I see you successful, and I see you famous, and I see you in the spotlight, and I see you not having so much ego, actually, you know? So it's like you don't have so much ego connected to your gifts, and this is great, because ego is really in the way. So yeah, a lot of potential here. Let's look at the oracle cards. Isolation, yeah, wow, yeah, lack of connection. Wow, this is insane. I love how the cards, I'm so sorry. Yeah, my voice. Isolation, lack of connections. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is what happened. You were shunned out. You were even maybe some of you thrown in prison, falsely accused of something, you know, that wasn't even true. And it was just like, there was shame, there was guilt. The shame and guilt, it wasn't even yours to carry. So maybe you're carrying shame and guilt, and here you are, lonely, cold, sad, angry, frustrated. And it was such a hard lifetime for you. We have passion and interests, hobbies, sports, and favorite pastimes. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, you know, your passions and interests, your gifts, talents, and abilities, it's what's got you into this trouble. So there could even be that you are like subconsciously, not even knowing, that you're refusing to activate certain gifts again. Yeah, this was also difficult because you don't want them. You're like, no, don't give it to me. I don't want these gifts, because I remember, my body remembers, my heart remembers that when I had these gifts, they brought me pain. They brought me a lot of pain, maybe even death, maybe even being thrown into the prison. So I don't want them. No, give them to someone else. Or there's a part of you that doesn't even want to acknowledge it. So some things in you is not even activated. It's like, yeah, like there's just like, almost like a paralyzing fear to activate this, because this was crazy what happened. It's like a movie almost. Yeah, crazy what happened here. We have perseverance. Yeah, perseverance. And we have orange, which matches my nail today. Sacral chakra. Once again, wow, well, this is so clear reading. Once again, sacral chakra here. So sacral chakra is connected to our creativity. This is the flow. This is where, you know, the prana, the chi. This is a lot of passion here that comes from the sacral chakra. So you have locked the perseverance. For you to survive, you know, you had to close something off. You had to, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be connected with my beauty, with my creative power, with my talents, with my gift, because it's scary to be that big and beautiful again. What's going to happen when you are big and beautiful and when you're shining without any fear? Because that's what you did, you know. This is what you were, what happened. You were in this very open energy. You were completely yourself. And you were big and you were beautiful. And you weren't scared of using your gifts or anything. It came from a pure place. And when you least knew it, you were stabbed in the back. So this is where the fear comes from. And all of a sudden you were like, everything was taken away from you. People that you trusted turned their back on you. And then all of a sudden it's like, so there's something like, I feel like something also that has to do with your sexual energy and your sacral chakra. There's like a knot almost there where it's like a little bit like there's fear. Yeah, there is fear there. And it's also very important that you work with the sacral chakra to open up the energy. And I see like a lot of energy coming out from the sacral chakra that needs to be released. Wow, you got isolation again. 2 times, yeah. Isolation, and throat chakra here also. Throat chakra and sacral chakra, both these chakras are connected to creativity and self-expression. The most important chakras when it comes to creativity and self-expression and our true purpose and path. So this is like, it needs to open up again here. And there's fears. There's fears. There's fears of your voice and I feel this. This is definitely my pile. I think we're gonna find ourselves in many piles. So if you want to check another pile, do that. Aspiration is your last card here. Yeah, a lot of potential. There, but there needs to be facing these fears and releasing the fears. And then also, you have some people in your life, pile number 1. Yeah, some really difficult people, maybe even evil, that still are envious, and because they are also on the other side, their karma is to let it go. Their karma is to let it go and to let you go and deal with their own envy and their own jealousy. I don't know if they're going to do it, but your part of this is to forgive and to not be scared anymore. To say, I see you, I see your envy, I see your jealousy, I see your anger and your attacks. And I'm still going to stand on stage and I'm still going to shine because I am beautiful and I'm not going to dim my light anymore. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the lesson here also. Yeah, that's the lesson. Like, I am worthy. Okay, pile number 1, this was your reading. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I already knew this was going to be a very sensitive reading because it goes very deep into self-worth. And pile 1. If you want to share your story in the comment section, please feel free to do so. Either way, pile number 1, I wish you all the best and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. So your fear of success, to be seen or in the spotlight, and akashic reading. So we're going to dive into Akashic Records, which holds all the information about your past lifetimes, human lifetimes, galactic lifetimes, present, past, future. So we can dive into this energy field and find out why are you carrying this fear of being successful, seen, or in the spotlight. So we're going to take a couple of oracle cards, a couple of tarot cards, and we're going to start with those messages, and then we'll continue with some oracle cards I have prepared as well. So let's start with one of these. Okay, and we're going to do 2 of these. We're going to do 6 tarot cards. So 3 cards on top, and then also we're going to do 3 clarifiers. I always pre-shuffle the tarot deck, if you were thinking that I didn't shuffle it enough. Okay, so let's see here. We have a black bird with a crown, and I actually don't remember what it says behind the tape. We have letting go. So you're already carrying a crown here. So let's see what happened. Okay, self-sabotage. Interesting. Self-sabotage. Oh, I'm getting a feeling I'm not thinking that you deserve this. Because you already have the crown here. You know? The blackbird, the crown. Okay. We have undertaking. Undertaking. And we have a passage. Undertaking and passage. I want to read in the book with undertaking because I want to see what the author writes. This is a new oracle deck, by the way, Akasha Oracle. It is beautiful. So let's see here, number 13. Undertaking. There we got it. This card refers to the future, to personal or professional achievements to come, to what you want, and to births, creations, and new things. The undertaking card is focused on what is to come and urges you to look forward. Wow, this is such a clear reading. We have undertaking and we have passage here. It's all yours, you know? Yeah, it's all yours, but you're self-sabotaging. How are you self-sabotaging? I think you don't think you deserve this. I think there's a sense of, there could be imposter syndrome here in pile number 2, which means that, yeah, you don't feel like you're good enough. And so you're self-sabotaging for yourself. I don't know how you're self-sabotaging, but you are self-sabotaging so that you don't have to completely walk through this passage that will bring you the success that you deserve. But you think you don't deserve it. That's why. So the biggest issue holding you back here is yourself. So we're gonna see if something happened in past lifetime. Why are you feeling like this? What is the issue here? Why is it like this? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. I didn't put all the cards in the frame. Yeah. Let's do the tarot cards. Ace of Swords. King of Pentacles, look, crown, king, crown, king. And the Magician. Why are you scared of your power? Why are you scared of your power? Let's do clarifiers. The Devil, yeah. Ace of Swords and the Devil. Yeah, this is a fear of your own power. We were going to see if something happened that made you scared of your own power. We have King of Pentacles with the 8 of Swords. And we have the Magician with the 5 of Cups. Yeah, something went wrong. This is what happened. The Magician, together with the 5 of Cups, there was some disappointment here. Something went wrong. Or you couldn't, almost like you couldn't save people. Yeah, I think that's it. Like you couldn't save people. And I'm getting cold. And I did that. It happened also in pile number 1. All of a sudden I got so cold. Like I feel like a ice, what is it called? Like a popsicle? Ice cream popsicle. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, I feel like, ooh. The Devil, 8 of Swords. The Devil, 8 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. But also King of Pentacles and the Magician. Which means that you were in some type of power position. And you couldn't help people. You keep getting this. You couldn't help them. And maybe they drowned. Maybe this was during the time of Atlantis or Lemuria. Because there are people, I see people drowning. Do you have a fear of water? If you have a fear of water, yeah, cold water. Maybe some of you were on the Titanic. That was really like random and doesn't have anything to do with reading, but it just popped up. If you ever been thinking that you were on the Titanic, this is confirmation. But something, yeah, like you were the leader. Yeah, I'm getting the message. I keep looking at the Magician. I feel like this is you. You were some type of, this was a spiritual lifetime, I think. You were some type of king or leader or tribe leader. And it was in your responsibility. It was in your responsibility. Look, because we have the crown already from the blackbird. Wow, this is wonderful because the blackbird can be a sign of, when we see a lot of blackbirds, they come as a warning of death and a warning that something bad could be happening. So Blackbird and the Crown, it was your responsibility to take people to safety. It was your responsibility because maybe you were the sage or the seer, or maybe you were the advisor even. Could even be like this, but you were a prominent figure in that community, in that society. I'm getting Greece here as well, like a philosopher, and people turned to you for advice, and you gave the wrong advice, or your intuition was wrong at this time, or you couldn't save people. Like something happened. And the thing is, like, it doesn't even feel that, when I'm talking about it, doesn't even feel that big, but it was like, there was a lot of people that died. So it was an honest mistake that you made. It was I don't see that I don't see that you were bad in any way, but you made a mistake. You made a mistake, and people relied on you, and people trusted you. And this has caused imposter syndrome. So maybe you don't even know where it comes from. Like, why do you always feel like a fraud? Why do you always feel like a fake? You know, even if you know that you're talented and you're gifted, like, why do you always feel like people are going to find out that you are actually not a good person? Yeah, this hit the spot in me. Like this inherent feeling of, okay, I am not such a good person, and people are going to find out that I'm actually, and when they do, they're going to be very angry with me, or they're going to turn their back, or I'm going to get rejected. Yeah, rejection. Because after this happened, yeah, people were angry with you, and people said, like, people rejected you. Yeah, that's what's happened. So this is the issue here. So you're self-sabotaging for yourself because you don't think you're worthy, and you're scared of your own power, and you don't want it because you don't want to be responsible. You don't want to be responsible of other people or other people's judgment or something like that. So you kind of like procrastinate. Yeah, this is definitely a pile where you procrastinate, and where you make up excuses not to follow your dreams or not to be on stage, and or where your fear is just so petrifying that you just like don't do it. You don't try even to go through this passage, or if you do, you just feel like it's just this feeling of being a fraud, being a fake. It's dimming your light. Yeah, it's dimming your light in some way. I'm sorry, pile number 2, that you had to go through this. But I feel like you're already forgiven. Like, I don't feel any anger. I don't feel like it's only in you. Yeah, self-sabotage. This comes from yourself, you know. You haven't forgiven yourself. Oh, I want to cry. Yeah. You haven't forgiven yourself for failing and for, the disappointment here of this loss. And of this thing that went very wrong. Yeah, it went very wrong. So there's a deep disappointment in yourself. There could even be a feeling of self-hate is pretty strong. But it could be that you're carrying some type of self-loathing is better. Self-hate was very dark. If you're carrying self-hate, that is also coming from this. But like something with self-loathing, something with like not really thinking that you are a good person. Like there's something, do you feel like there's something inherently wrong with you and people are going to find out maybe? But I feel like you're already forgiven. Like, yeah, there was never a question of forgiveness from the universe because this was just like a human mistake. Yeah, that is what it was, a human mistake. And I feel like I'm freezing. My body is so cold. So cold. Yeah, I feel like I'm made of ice. This was really, and you know, when our body is cold like this, the energy doesn't flow free. So this really shows like this is the blockage here. So let's also look at some oracle cards. Success, personal or professional achievement. Yeah, look at you. You were the wise man or the wise woman. Wise man or wise woman, or a king or a leader. And people relied on you and you loved your people. I see that you loved your people and you wanted to do it right. I think there was a little bit of an ego involved here. And I think that's why you're beating yourself up, because a part of you were so sure that you were doing the right thing. So it's like, it's almost like you don't even know if you can trust yourself or your own intuition. This is just such a complicated. Yeah, this is like you. It could be that you have a complicated relationship with yourself when it comes to your own success and you being in the spotlight. And especially people putting you on a pedestal, or people like is telling you like, wow, you're so great. Maybe that really makes you uncomfortable. Longing for love, loneliness. Yeah. You have learned how to rely on yourself because you have a hard time letting people close to you, maybe. Something like you're really judging yourself. You're too hard on yourself. Part number 2. This is the problem. Yeah, you're really too hard on yourself. You're like really, your biggest judge is you. And your biggest obstacle is what you think about yourself. And it's like sometimes you push people away from you because they come close to this wound, you know, because being loved is also being seen. And being loved is also being seen. It's also like you have to open up the whole you. And there is like something that you think is not right with you. And when people come close to that wound, it's very uncomfortable. It's easier to keep people at an arm's length than let them come there, because this is a very vulnerable place for you and a very painful place for you. So for some of you, you'd rather be alone than to share this very deep, intimate place in you, which also means that you have to share the wounds that you're carrying. And I think, you know, for some of you, self-sabotage, it could even be that you're turning to drugs and alcohol or superficial, what is it called? Like sensory pleasures like social media or eating or sex or drinking, or like just to keep you on this like surface level, because it's very painful for you to go deep within yourself. And it's this feeling of just like, I just feel like you're carrying like, I am not a good person. And it just comes from this mistake that you did, a human mistake that you did. And, you know, yes, it's like, you know, we all have ego. We all do mistakes. I mean, we're all, and it's like, you know, it's like the biggest thing that you need to do is to forgive yourself. And this can be hard because maybe you don't even know this is the root issue. You don't even have to remember. We don't have to remember past lifetimes and things like that. We just have to acknowledge the feelings that I'm feeling today and the thoughts that I have today. We don't have to know what happened, because the feelings that you're feeling and the thoughts that you're having is telling you what the issue is. So it's about embracing what you're feeling now. I'm holding my hands on my heart. You don't see it. Yeah, but I keep like, I'm tapping on my heart. I just started doing that because I felt like the heart was really closed here. When we see longing for love and loneliness, you're also longing to, this is not just like, you're longing to connect with other people again, because somehow you have separated yourself from other people. It's hard for you to be a part of the community. You are a leader. I have to say that you are a natural leader, with the King of Pentacles, with the Magician, with the Ace of Swords, and with the Blackbird here. I'm getting a bit of an Aquarius energy. Yeah, but this is also the Aquarius age in astrology, but something with Aquarius, because Aquarius is really the leader, but also loves humanity, but is also always kind of like, they love humanity, but they also have this detachment. And this is the leader, something like you are a leader. So you're always like meant somehow to be in a leader position, but you're also like, there's this inner conflict on, this inner conflict that we've been talking about, the fear, the uncomfortable energies or feelings that comes with also being in the spotlight and being the leader. That comes from what we talked about here, a mistake that you did. But you are a leader and you were born to be a leader, and this is what you're meant to reclaim. You're meant to be a leader, and this is how you take your power back, and this is how you heal, by being a leader again. By owning your power and by forgiving yourself for any mistakes that you have made in the past. And also by learning not to be scared of making mistakes. Also by hugging your shadow self, hugging your ego, acknowledging it. I am not perfect, but I am loved just the way that I am. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be perfect. Yeah, there's could definitely be perfectionism here, because your hardest judge is you. Need to bring in more softness here. We have a soulmate. Interesting, because we have longing for love and loneliness, and then we have two people here, and we have a soulmate. So there could be somebody here that's going to help you heal. Yeah, could be that you have a very strong soulmate that will help you heal. We have enlightenment. Nice, very nice, with this solar plexus chakra. Yeah, you're meant to be a leader, because enlightenment, is a very high state of awakening. Super high state. It's the highest state, but enlightenment also, there's different type of enlightenments. So it's not just one type. It's different types of enlightenments. The gurus and these... Buddha was very, there's not so many Buddhas, Last time we had a Buddha, as Buddha was 2,500 years ago. So there's like a different type of enlightenment. But you're meant, with enlightenment, the magician here, you're meant to be a leader of some type. And you're meant to stand out again. But there's a resistance to stand out. You don't want to stand out because you don't want that responsibility again. You don't want to... Because with great power comes great responsibility. Isn't that what they say? With great power comes great responsibility. That is true. And there's just like so much resistance here for that. So much resistance here. But it seems like could be with soulmate and loneliness that you have somebody who's going to help you walk over that bridge to help you heal. If you have one person that you let close to you, and that you're going to let them help you heal. This is how you're also going to open yourself up for the rest of the world, because you're meant to somehow be some type of leader in your community, in your society, a prominent figure of some type, a wise man or a wise woman of some type. Initiation. Yeah, look at that. This initiation is just waiting to happen. It's in your destiny. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. It is in your destiny for this to happen again. It is in your destiny to overcome this and to heal this. Yeah. If you wonder what that sound is in the background, it's my cat. Okay, pile number 2. I think we're going to stop here. This was a very, very nice reading. And thank you so much for sharing this with me. Pile number 2. If you want to share your story in the comment section, please feel free to do so. I'm very excited to hear your readings. Here comes the cat. He has just been neutered, so he's carrying this thing on him as well. So cat is also coming in here with some love and some blessings and making a mess here. So pile number 2. Anyways, this was your reading. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So your fear of success, to be seen or in the spotlight, an akashic reading. We're going to dive into your akashic field to see where does this come from. Is it a past lifetime? Is it a galactic lifetime? Is it this lifetime? Anyways, let's just start. We're going to take a couple of oracle cards, a couple of tarot cards. We're going to start with those messages, and then we'll continue with some oracle cards I have prepared. So why do you have this fear of success? Pile number 3. And do 2 of these. Yeah, I think this is the one. Okay, we got 3. Yeah, let's do 3 for you. Then we are going to do 3 tarot cards on top and 3 tarot cards to clarify. So why do you have this fear? Okay, that's it. I also always pre-shuffle the tarot cards, the tarot decks, if you thought I wasn't shuffling enough. Okay, let's start. This is the card that you felt drawn to. It is some type of, I think it's a rabbit deer. Yeah, I would call this a rabbit deer. And we have free spirit. Okay, let's put it here. And let's see what else we got. We have discover your life purpose. Interesting card. We have a beautiful woman and a beautiful man, pretty young. And she's watching him play the violin. Okay. Free spirit. Yeah, maybe you were trapped in a relationship here. We have perseverance. Stormy. Look at the storm here. We have judgment. And we have home. Yeah, this is, I'm getting the message here. Yeah, this is, look at this. Your fear of success to be seen or in the spotlight, it has something to do with something that happened in your home. This is definitely going to be past lifetimes here. Judgment, home, discover your life purpose. There's a couple here. And free spirit. You're not free. So you have been judged. That's what I'm getting here. Pile number 3. You have been judged. You had stormy lifetimes in relationships. So one of your biggest karmas could be, and probably you experienced this in this lifetime as well, is relationships. Relationships with your family, relationships with your partner. Several different partners comes out here as well. So it could be several, but there's a lot of relationship issues. And being judged and being trapped almost here. And there's a storm here. So your fear of success to be seen or in the spotlight is because you've been treated bad, I would say. And you're still carrying the voices of the judgment of other people. Like you weren't good enough. For some of you, it could be that you weren't even allowed to be talented or gifted. You were a woman maybe in past lifetimes and you were meant to just be quiet and you were just meant to be married and you were meant to just serve your husband. So I'm definitely getting that. And of course, you know, we have lifetimes where we are male. We have lifetimes where we are woman. Definitely this comes out. There's so many things coming out. Let's start with that one once again. So you had lifetimes where you were a woman and you were a woman before, you know, we weren't even allowed to go to school. And so you were suffocated. You weren't allowed to follow your passions. You were stuck in the home and then you had to marry and then you had to serve your husband. So I feel very suffocated here. Can't breathe. I cannot breathe. And then this continued. This continued. This is a theme that has continued where somehow it feels like you're always pushed to the ground by your partner, by your parents, by your siblings, and you weren't allowed to have a voice. And this has caused you to doubt yourself. Yeah, this has caused a lot of self-doubt, and you have probably problems with self-worth. And there is a lot of insecurities here, I would say as well, because in our home, this is where we're meant to find the most support, but you haven't found support in your home. You haven't been seen and loved. There was a storm. Look at the storm in the little boat here. You know, there was a storm in your home, and not just in this lifetime. And maybe it's not even in this lifetime, but it's definitely many lifetimes. There you had a stormy life at home with family, and then it continued into the partner that you married. I see you being married a lot of times. It could be that you have a resistance to marriage because I feel like I'm put in prison. Yeah, I was like, no, I don't want to get married. I don't want to be put in prison again. You know, don't force me, because your soul remembers. You know, your soul remembers so many times you were married with an abusive husband. Yeah, I see you. This really comes up. Your lifetime as a woman comes out. And even here, we see her sitting here, you know, and she's meant to be all beautiful and all pretty and all attractive. And he's meant to be strong and handsome and talented. So there's some type of imbalance here. And so it could be that, you know, there's something with your feminine energy that's not balanced. There's something with your masculine energy that's not balanced. Let's look at the tarot cards, but I do feel like a lot of self-doubt, a lot of insecurities. And people have told you bad, like people have been mean to you. You have been bullied, I think. I think you have been bullied by the people that were meant to see you, support you, and love you. And this makes the pain go very deep into your roots. She's wearing red here. Something with root chakra is very blocked or stagnant. Like maybe you have a hard time feeling safe and secure in the world. Maybe you have a hard time trusting people, which is completely normal with all these things that goes on here. We have 9 of Cups. This woman looks so independent and free here with the 9 of Cups. We have 5 of Cups. And we have Ace of Swords. Yeah, like something you weren't allowed to be independent and to be free. And every time you like try to free yourself, you were like, why do I feel like somebody was, there was a lot of control. Yeah, a lot of control. And like you weren't allowed to be loud. You weren't allowed to share your voice. You weren't allowed. And if you like shared your talents, like there was a lot of like minimizing you, making you feel bad about yourself. It could definitely be narcissistic parents here, or narcissistic husband, or you know, something along those lines. And abuse. There's a lot. It seems like you have faced a lot of abuse in your past lifetimes, and I think it has followed you into this lifetime. And everything. And this sounds depressive. Yes, it sounds depressive, but with the Ace of Swords here, you know, you're meant to heal this, and you're meant to find your independence outside a relationship. Like you like not to give away your power to any type of romantic relationship or your family members. Like your worth is not measured by what they think of you. Because I'm getting angry here because you have some people in your life that doesn't even deserve to be in your life. I'm getting very angry, yeah. Some people don't even deserve to be in your life because they are straight out not nice people. And you definitely don't deserve to measure yourself by the amount of love they give you, because they seem they're not able to give you any love. And I'm sorry if you had some type of abuse again this lifetime, because it seems to be a theme here. And I think, you know, your biggest lesson is to break free. This is why it's been following you here. Your biggest lesson is to break free and find your own self-worth, that you are worthy, the only one that deserves to measure how much you are worth and worthy is God, you know, or the creator, your creator, or the divine, whatever you want to call it, whatever resonates with you. And you always have been worthy. So I think, you know, why are you scared of your fear of success to be seen or in the spotlights comes from this. There's a lot of insecurities here. And people have pushed you down so many times, you know, and you have been judged and bullied. Yeah, this is this. You have been judged and bullied, so that you even started to think negative thoughts about yourself, your own abilities. So I feel like it could be that you're dealing with a lot of anxiety and a lot of low self-confidence. That's what you call it. Yeah. We have King of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. The angry father. We have 8 of Wands, and we have 8 of Cups. Yeah, look at this, Ace of Swords. This is what you're meant to do. You're meant to break free from this. And 8 of Cups, you're meant to leave. I think, you know, this is definitely, it's interesting because 8 of Cups is meant to leave, and 8 of Wands, wants to draw you back in. So it could be that you have a very complicated karma with your family members. Your father comes out here with the King of Pentacles. It could be other family members as well, but it's something like it seems like you have very complicated karma with family members and lovers. And I think, you know, yeah, your biggest lesson is to be independent, be free, heal yourself, love yourself, and not seek approval from the outside, because you won't find it won't satisfy you. This is a void that can lead you're carrying some type of void, some type of emptiness here, and it's because of a lack of love, to be honest. And you didn't deserve this. You don't deserve this. There's nothing that you did to deserve this. This just happened to be your karmic path, just developed like this. This was something that was very hard for you to handle. So it just created this big void. So now, you know, your lesson is to heal and to overcome this and to withdraw, maybe even leave, you know, your whole family behind, to heal yourself and to find self-worth and self-love and even success, because we're talking about that, even success. So this is definitely the Cinderella here. Yeah, it's a Cinderella story. You're Cinderella, you're treated bad, but you're meant to be a queen. Yeah, you're meant to be a queen. You are meant to be a queen. And but you're not meant as the Cinderella. You know, there's no, I don't think there's supposed to be a man or a woman saving you, because you can be a man in this lifetime. Past lifetimes, we're talking you were a woman. Yeah, there's a lot of lifetimes being a woman and being pushed down, but you could be a man this lifetime. Yeah, you're not meant to be saved by someone else. You're meant to save yourself. This is where the power lays. Like, save yourself. But then it's so complicated here. And then also you have to forgive. Find forgiveness, find compassion. So you have like, you really, like, there's a lot of on your karmic plate, actually pile number 3. Yeah, it's a lot on your karmic plate here. Let's look at more cards. These are so nice. Did I only have one of these? That's so strange. In all the other piles, we had 2. So let me just go get this deck, because I want to take 2 of these, because this is the past lifetime oracle. I have it just behind me. Okay. I'm sorry. Up. Yeah, I have it here. It was all in a mess. Yeah, we're gonna take one more of these. Okay, there it is. See how quickly it came out. Okay, so I want to start with that one. We have phobias. We have anxiety and overcoming fears with phobias. Yeah, why does it feel like people really told you, you can't do this, you're not good at this, you're like, I'm getting angry. I'm sorry that you had so stupid people around you. I'm sorry that you had to have so many weird, stupid people around you. Like, you really don't deserve this. And it feels like they really made you thinks about yourself. It's not true. Yeah, and it's okay to be a bit angry here. I think you need that anger to push you to free yourself and to say no, you know, and to leave certain people behind you. Optimism and hope here with Archangel Phanuel. This was the extra card that we took that really wanted to come out. Optimism and hope. Because there's a lot of heaviness here in your reading. And there's a lot of sadness here. And there's a feeling of defeat here. And I think this is what you're feeling. You feel defeated and you feel sad. You feel angry. Why is it like this? You know, why did people have to hurt me like this? It's not fair. You know, so there's a lot of frustration, a lot of anger of the universe, and maybe even your guides and everything. And it's fine. It's okay. You're allowed to have these feelings. You're completely allowed to have these feelings. And I think it's, if you can use this frustration and anger as fuel to change your life, I think this is going to be good for you. People that suffer the most also have the strongest potential for positive change, because we are very fueled by that. We have a lot of motivation to change and to heal. And there's nothing wrong with you. That's the whole thing, you know, there's nothing wrong with you. I think this is what you have to also find out during your path of healing, that there was never anything wrong with you and you never deserved this. Once again, it just kind of unfolded on your karmic path, lifetimes through lifetimes. It was just like, it just became complicated and entangled. So now it's like, I think you have to learn very strong boundaries, and I think you have to learn not to keep the people that loves you in your life and that treats you good, and push away the people that don't treat you good, like to like keep them out of your life, like and don't give away your power by caring so much what other people think. And even if it's your mother and your father, you know, it's very hard. I left my family, it's 2.5 years ago, mainly or mostly or 100% because of my mother, because she's a narcissist, and they're all entangled with this drama. You know, we all have our roles. I was the black sheep. And, you know, we have the golden child. My 2 siblings are the golden child. Me and my other sibling, we are the black sheep. And her husband is the black sheep. So it's this complicated. And I was just like, I can't be in this energy anymore. It was very hard. The first year and a half was so hard. It was so much guilt and so much shame because I come from a culture. I'm Armenian. I live in Sweden, born in Sweden, but I'm Armenian. So, you know, it's culturally, you know, we're supposed to serve our parents, you know, forever. So it was very hard, but it was necessary. And sometimes still, you know, it's hard when this energy comes. And I want to be the good daughter because, you know, I have learned, I have to, you know, this is something that I think is connected to my self-worth, to be a good daughter. If I'm just a good daughter, I will get the love that I deserve, but they're not capable of giving me that love, you know? So I had to withdraw and I have to heal and I had to find my power and I had to, so this is very, actually fitted very good here. So I'm just saying this if, you know, just so don't feel alone. There are many of us that goes through this very difficult circumstances, but we can turn our life around. It demands a lot of work, you know, it demands a lot of healing and a lot of, you know, determination and motivation. But, you know, suffering can be a very strong motivator because we're just so tired of suffering. So we want love and we want softness, but don't go looking for it in your home, maybe with the people that hurt you. They won't shift and turn around and all of a sudden love you because they can't. They don't even love themselves. So don't look at it. You know, 8 of Cups is the seeker. You find it somewhere else. We have perception and we have discovery. Perfection. Yes. What did I say? Perception. No, perfection and discovery. Yeah. Look at this root chakra. Once again, root, home. Root chakra is connected to the home. Yeah, this is your roots. This is difficulty with your family. This is difficulty with your partner, people in your home, maybe your own children. And it doesn't matter if you're perfect. If you are the perfect daughter, if you are the perfect son, it's not going to matter because they won't be able to love you the way that you deserve. And discovery here is you're meant to find, you're meant to heal and find out. This is the path of self-love. Yeah, this is the path of self-love. And realize that it doesn't matter what, even if your mother can't love you, even if your father can't love you, and this is very painful, you know, I know, very painful. I can love myself. And not only I'm not alone. You know, God, my creator, loves me. The universe loves me. And there are people that loves me. You know, there is love in the world. And I can go towards that. So discovery here. And this, you know, fear of being successful, seen or in the spotlight, it all comes from this. Because if we have a hard time loving ourselves, if we are insecure, if we don't have confidence, of course, it's super scary to be in the spotlight, you know. I was so scared. This is, I haven't forgotten, you know, 10 years ago, I was so anxious, you know, I hated being in the spotlight. I was even studying to be a teacher and I had so much problem in the university, you know, because being a teacher, you are in the spotlight, you're in front of, you know, the whole class or your classmates when you do talks and things. And it was so hard. I was so anxious. I had panic attacks. I had such a difficulty being in the spotlight because I had all these insecurities, all these doubts coming out. But we can shift and we can turn. Once again, it takes work, but you have it here in your destiny. Why is this coming up? Because this is like your whole life. Why is it such a big theme in your life? Because your soul is yearning to overcome this. Your soul is yearning for love and for confidence and for shifting your life completely around, you know, discovering how beautiful and wonderful you actually are. Intention. Look at this. We have the Buddha here. Yeah, this is a very strong lifetime of spiritual awakening for you through suffering. And I know some of you are getting angry when I say that. And that's completely fine. You are allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be frustrated. That part has to exist also as a part of the healing. And then one day we are ready to let go of that. And then we let go of that. You know, okay, I was angry. I was sad, I was frustrated, and then, you know, we work, and then we come to forgiveness, and then we come to compassion. And then one day comes in our healing journey where we don't even remember, you know, these problems. It's just like, oh yeah, I had a difficult mom, that was it. You know, because we work through this. Yeah, we work through this. And this is what this lifetime is very focused on healing. Yeah, awakening, healing, and all these difficult karmic cords. And I do feel like you have the right to be angry, and you really should cut some people. Look at the Eight of Cups and Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is cutting people out of your life. You know, Archangel Michael's sword. Eight of Cups is withdrawing. So there are definitely people that don't deserve to be in your lifetime. And maybe you need to work through the guilt and shame if it's your family members and things like this. It's difficult, very difficult to cut out family members. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Especially if you love, yeah, we know there's love. You know, there's a lot of love. I love my siblings like a lot. I love my father. I love my mother too. You know, she's just so difficult and mean. Yeah. So it's hard. Yeah, it is hard. Let's be honest. Okay, pile number 3. This was your reading. If you want to share your story in the comment section, please feel free to do so. I'm very excited to read your comments today. And I also would recommend you, if you want to check another reading, because today the readings are very deep, very powerful. And I actually loved all of them. And I recognize myself in all the piles today, actually, I would say, yeah. More or less, yeah. So, pile 3, I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.